Hello and welcome back. In this session, we'll be setting up an environment for installing OpenCV library inside our computer. But here I am trying to install a new operating system inside a virtual environment inside my Windows computer. So I'll be having a Windows host computer. I'll be installing an Ubuntu 18 operating system inside a virtual box inside my computer so that I can keep everything in a separate without affecting my actual operating system. So I can install whatever the libraries, I can play with OpenCV without installing anything into the actual computer. I'm going to download VirtualBox at first from the website virtualbox.org. So once VirtualBox is downloaded, I'm downloading it for Windows because I have a Windows 10 computer with me. This is my Windows computer, so I have to download Windows 10. You can go to downloads. You can see Windows host. If you are using Mac, you can download OS X host. I'm using Windows computer, so I'm clicking on download and you can download. Let me create a new folder called downloads. Click on save and the download. I don't know why the page is okay. It's okay, no problem. It's about 100 MB in size and it may take a while to download. Let's continue once download is complete. So I have the VirtualBox downloaded right now. I have already installed it in my computer, but anyway, let's try to install it again because it's already installed in my computer. It may ask me to upgrade or repair. Okay, let me proceed with repair, no problem. Repair. If you are installing it for the first time in your computer, it will not ask for repair or upgrade. It will straight away go ahead with the installation. Just to demonstrate, I am going ahead once again. And the installation is now complete. Click on finish. If it's asking you to restart the computer, please click on yes and restart, because sometimes if you are not restarting it after installation, it may affect our virtual machine installation into the VirtualBox. So if it's asked for restart, please click on yes and restart. It's asking me to restart. I'm clicking on yes and restarting my computer. And now I have restarted the computer and I have the VirtualBox installed here. Click on the icon and you can see VirtualBox. You can see that already I have few virtual machines already saved inside this VirtualBox. So what we are going to do is we will be downloading Ubuntu from the Ubuntu website and we will be installing Ubuntu inside our VirtualBox. For downloading Ubuntu, just do Google search like download Ubuntu and it will get you to the latest download link. We are going to download the desktop version of Ubuntu. We are going to install it into our VirtualBox. So let's click on download. No other options to consider, just click on download and it will saving the file. It's an AMD 64-bit ISO file. I'm going to save it. Click on save and you can see the file is around 2 GB. It's around 1.8 GB in size, so it may take a few while to download. Make sure you are using a Wi-Fi connection so that you are not wasting your cellular data while downloading, because it's a very big file. And let's join back once the download is complete. And now I have the Ubuntu downloaded. You can see that I have VirtualBox, which already we have installed. This is a setup file. We don't want it again because we have already installed the VirtualBox. And we have downloaded Ubuntu. It's around 2 GB in size. We just finished, downloaded it. Let's now try opening VirtualBox once again. And we are going to create a new virtual machine. So please ignore all these virtual machines. It's already created. We are going to create a new Ubuntu virtual machine for our OpenCV. Let's click on new and here you have to type Linux. Then the version is Ubuntu 64-bit. Let's name it as Ubuntu 18 for OpenCV. Okay. Click on next. Recommended memory size is 1024 MB. I would recommend it to make it around 2 GB, which would be 2048 MB. So this virtual memory, that is the RAM, the virtual machine is going to get will be sharing from the actual RAM of your computer. So if your computer is I'm having around 8 GB of RAM in my computer, so I am allocating 2 GB for the virtual machine's RAM. It's dynamic. Whenever you start the virtual machine, only this RAM is consumed. If you stop the virtual machine, then this RAM is released back to our host computer, which is the Windows computer. So don't worry that it's a permanent thing. Just allocate the memory that you're comfortable for the host computer to work and also the virtual computer to work. So I am allocating 2 GB of RAM and click on next. Here also we are going to create a small space for our virtual machine so that it can save all the files. The recommended size is 10 GB. Okay, no problem. And create a virtual hard disk now. Click on create. VDI virtual disk image, click on next. It's dynamically allocated, means for example, if you are allocating, I'm going to allocate 15 GB of hard disk space to my virtual machine. I'm having around 250 GB of hard disk in my Windows computer. So I am allocating 15 GB and this 15 GB will be used up dynamically. For example, if the Ubuntu installation is requiring only 5 GB, then the 10 GB will not be used. It will be available for Windows, and whenever the space get filled up, it will be filled up till 15 GB. So this is also a kind of dynamic. That's a flexibility a virtual machine is giving you, so that we can play around with whatever the tools, or even we can format the virtual machine drive and nothing will happen to our actual computer. That's the flexibility we are getting. So let's have it dynamically allocated. Click on next. Okay, let me have it to 15 GB. Okay, and click on create. So we have our Ubuntu virtual machine ready. This is our virtual machine, Ubuntu 18.4 OpenCV. This is currently exactly like a new computer. You are buying a new computer, you have a blank hard disk, you have everything new. Now we have to insert the CD of Ubuntu that we downloaded, the ISO image, so that we can install Ubuntu inside our new computer. And for that we have to go to settings. Here we have to go to storage, and there's an icon called empty. So for the IDE controller empty, click on here and select choose virtual optical disk file. That is, this is actually referring to the CD image that we just downloaded. Click on choose virtual optical disk drive. It's in the downloads folder, so I am selecting the file, open. Okay, so we have the computer, we have the CD loaded, but we didn't power it yet. So let's click on start and power on the computer, the VirtualBox computer that we are going to install Ubuntu. Click on start.